Hi guys, Brianna Martin here to talk to y'all about Dr. Joanna Macy. So how can religious studies, psychology, philosophy, education, and ecology all be combined into one to help empower people and nations to bring about positive change in the face of crisis? Well, Dr. Joanna Macy has combined all of these facets of world knowledge and spirituality to create a world-famous theoretical framework and application for empowerment, personal growth, and social change. Dr. Macy is an eco-philosopher and a scholar of Buddhism, deep ecology, general systems theory, and she has decades of higher education teaching and activism under her belt. She's a well-known and powerful voice in the worlds of peace activism, social justice, and ecological awareness. She is also the author of 8 books, all of which fuse human consciousness, faith, sustainability, and the merging of Eastern and Western thought. Macy's work began in the late 1970s at the height of nuclear advancements. Everyone was scared, nervous, on edge. It was a real hot-button issue. So Macy and her colleagues observed that when people came together and discussed common fears and goals, that a real desire for change was bred. So from this observation came Macy's work on despair and empowerment, the Great Turning, and the work that reconnects. And all of them kind of snowballed into one another. So like I said, her work on despair and empowerment came from that observation that her and her colleagues made. Change comes from discussion. After this observation, Dr. Macy wrote her groundbreaking 1979 article, How to Deal with Despair, and then she later wrote her 1983 book, Despair and Personal Power in the Nuclear Age. Along with these publications, she also started doing her now world-famous workshops and lectures, and this idea of empowerment through despair reached thousands of people and kind of created The Great Turning, another very well-known work of hers. The Great Turning is a movement towards a self-sustaining society and kind of a silent revolt against what Dr. Macy calls the Industrial Growth Society. And according to Dr. Macy, the Industrial Growth Society treats the world and all of its inhabitants as, quote, our supply house and sewer. I tend to agree with her. So, the critical question that The Great Turning asks is, can our life systems survive the Industrial Growth Society? However, Dr. Macy says that this question is obsolete because we don't need to know the answer to this question in order to act. So from The Great Turning kind of developed her latest endeavor, the work that reconnects. The work that reconnects is here. She developed it to help people realize that to be alive is an extraordinary thing, and that individual people have the ability to influence the fate of the earth and future generations. According to Dr. Macy, the central purpose of the work that reconnects is to help people uncover and experience their innate connections with each other and with the systematic self-healing powers of the web of life, so that they may be motivated to play their part, to play their role in a sustainable civilization. The progression and development of Dr. Macy's work over the years is pretty incredible. She started with this idea that from fear and despair and discussion of these fears breeds the desire for change. And from the desire to change breeds kind of a silent uprising against dominant world powers that people don't agree with, that are not good for the world, not good for the environment. and she brings people together. It's really a gift. She can influence an individual person or an entire nation to make a positive impact and a positive change in their life or in their society. Her academic accomplishments are off the charts and jaw-dropping, but they really can't hold a candle to the much-needed work she has done and is still doing worldwide. I, for one, look forward to attending one of her North American seminars, and I hope you can check her out.